All right, hello everyone. Today we are back in Elona Plus, and we're going to start a series of all of the sort of micro mechanics that are in this game because there's a lot of mechanics that will need an entire episode. And anyway, you've read the title, right? We are going to be buying a farm. So, as far as deeds go, a farm is probably the first one that you're going to want to buy because number one, the price, and for things like a shop or something, you need lots of items to make it worth the money. So we're in the tax office here, just north of Palmia. If you come talk to everyone here, has sells things for. You can see there's 4 desks. They all sell things for your deeds, so you can have a look if you want to buy furniture or something for them. We're not going to need that. So we are going to buy a farm. So a farm is 45K. You can get blessed ones. Don't think they sell cursed ones. If they do, don't buy them. But the blessed ones will cost a little bit more. I think they're more like 48, 49,000. In some versions, it gives you a kind of tax break. So instead of paying X amount of money for taxes every month on your farm itself, you'll pay a little bit less, about 10% or so, maybe more like 5%. So let's go ahead and buy this. It's 45,000. I'll take it. I am starving. I hope I have food. I do. All right. So next we're going to talk about location. So let's get out of here. We can place it anywhere on the world map. Of course, you can't place it on a city or a mountain. You can't walk on mountains, right? Let's be reasonable. And you can't place it on these random dungeons that appear. So there's a few schools of thought on where you should be placing these. Any of your deeds, really. So some people think you should place them near a major city like Palmia, so you can place right around here because number one, it's a central location, so you'll be passing by here all the time, right? And also, you can another idea that people think is that you should place them. I lost my pets. Another school of thought is that you should place them depending on what building it is. It should be placed kind of in the middle of nowhere, so that while you're traveling, you will stumble upon it. So for me, that's what I like to do. I guess the middle of nowhere doesn't make sense, but Palmia is here. Vernus, your starter city, is right up here, and this is right in the middle here, almost. So I like to place them on this little bend here, right around this area. That way, when if you get hit with heavy rain or ether wind, something like that, you have a place, you have like a refuge, right? So I kind of like to make a little town right here, so it's up to you. So while we're on the world map, when we've found our spot where we want to place it, you push R to read, and then you read your deed. Read the deed. Yes, I'm sure, and now we have a farm. Alright, so here we are. Let's enter this farm, have a first look. So there's a little building here, right? A door building here, and there's a book here that's called The Easy Gardening Guide. There's information in here on how to have a successful garden. Some of it is misinformation, or I think in the spirit of the game, it's kind of like old wives' tales kind of thing, how some farmers have that, or like maybe superstition is a better word for it. But you can read through this, Yeah, so there's a little bit of information, nothing that's going to ruin your farm, but some things are just not necessary. It's going to do literally nothing for your farm. So you can read through it, but don't put too much thought into it. So step one, we need to get rid of these scarecrows because they do not do anything. So let's pick them on up and haul them out. All right, so I cleaned up my farm. I moved the scarecrows out of here just to get rid of them, and there was 2 trees that were blocking these 2 trees. I moved them both down one because they were blocking the tile that I'm standing on here and this tile here. So I moved those trees down one. You can pick them up; they're very heavy. Just pick them up, move them down one. Ignore the seeds I have planted. So now that that's all set, let's talk about how we get seeds. Now, for the base game Elona, you get it by worshiping the god Kumarami. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's the only one that starts with a K. So you go worship him or her as a god, and every time you have a item in your inventory, I'm struggling here. Every time you have an item in your inventory that rots, so food or apples or whatever you're carrying, every time you have one rot, then there's a chance that it will become a seed. So I'm going to get that guy out of the way. I'm going to bash this tree. Oops. And, yep, so I get some apples, right? So I'm playing Elona Plus, right? But if I were playing base game Elona, I would pick up these apples, keep them in my inventory. When they rot here in a couple days, then some of them will likely drop seeds. And it's totally random. So, right, if I have 5 apples that are identical, they may turn into 5 different types of seeds. So for the time being, just keep that in mind. Now for Elona Plus, that doesn't work. Oh, one more thing for base game Elona. You can wish for a pet after you build up your piety and religion towards your god. Then you can pray to your god, and if your favor is high enough, then you will have he will give you a pet, which is a cute fairy, and the cute fairy is a pretty good pet, and she will drop random seeds just occasionally, or when she eats. I believe it's when she eats, she will drop a seed. So that's another way to get more seeds in base game Elona. Now in Elona Plus, it's a little bit more straightforward. Excuse me. In Elona Plus, we have harvest time quests. So I'm going to take one very quickly because they're very easy and fast. So just a quick rundown here. I need 20 stones of weight here. I don't have a pet. Where'd my pet go? That's all right. So I'm going to come down here and try to zap these guys. I'm a mage. So, all right, and for harvest time, you want to go, you always start off near the center, and there's a box there that you need to deliver these goods to. And you need 20 pounds, or 20 stones, excuse me. And so the farther you are from the center, the higher chance that the vegetables will be heavy. And you want heavy ones, because there's a lot of them that are 0.1 pounds, and you don't want to gather, 200 of those. Push 0 to try to pick it up, and it takes a long time. I have a low gardening skill. So that one was 14 stones. So I almost completed the quest already. And there's a timer, okay? You'll see the timer roll by every 10 minutes. You have 120 minutes. I just got attacked. So you should bring a pet with you, because if you get attacked, then it cancels your action. Okay, let's try again. So that one, now I have 90 minutes left. I started with 120. So this one is 4 stones. How much am I carrying now? I forgot. I have a melon grown huge, 14 and 4. So I have 18.1. I'm going to try and grab one more. Make sure you're not overweight, because your weight can crush and kill you. And also, when it does crush you, it cancels your action, so you won't be able to pick up things. Okay, now I have 20 stones. So I'm going to come deliver these. 14, 4, and 4. And you can see here, I have a total of 22.1, and I need 20. So quest complete, right? But I still have time. And with this extra time, I can gather more. So the more that I gather, the more that I raise my skill. And the more that I raise my skill in gardening. And also, the more that I deliver to that box there, the more I go over my quota, the more money and rewards I get. So I'm crushing myself. I tried to pick that up, and it says nothing. Oh, your backpack is squashing you, so it canceled the action. I'm going to run up here and hope I don't die. Let's drop these off. Yep, I got another, what is that? Now I have 48 stones, so I'm doing very well here. And I'm raising my skills too, right? So it's fantastic. 20 minutes left. I'm just going to keep harvesting these. So if the quest ends while I'm carrying these fruits I'm harvesting, they don't get counted towards my quota, and they don't I can't take them with me. They just disappear out of my inventory. All right, quest complete. It automatically ended the quest. I can push enter and it is done. Let's see what I got. I got quest rewards and 5 vegetable seeds. Right? So it won't take long at all before you have an inventory full of vegetable seeds. Hey, a coin. Okay, so you just, if I hammered out those 4 or 5 quests there, I would have enough to fill likely my entire farm up. We are back to the farm and we are ready to start planting some seeds. So we want to plant them on the soil, and you only get the skill whenever you harvest it, right? Now you should plant these in the rain. So let's wait a minute for rain to come so I can do it properly. I was thinking I should mention these compost piles here. So these you can drop any item, any perishable item. So, you know, fruits, vegetables, food, I think maybe seeds, corpses, dishes of food, things like that. Just drop them on here. Oh, you can even drop like shit, you know, like that drops randomly, or vomit. Things like that. And after some period, I don't know, it's random, right? So a few days, it'll turn into these fertilizers, right? So there was a fruit tree down here. When I was cleaning up the farm, I just hold the fruit tree right up here. And now I can bash it and the fruit lands directly, right? So if there were fruit on the tree, I would bash the tree with B and it'll drop the fruit right here. Just, you know, skip a step. And then that will eventually turn into fertilizer. All right, so now that it's raining, we don't get any skill from planting. Okay, we don't get any gardening skill from planting. I believe you do in base game Elona, but in Elona Plus we don't get any skill. So we actually want to. You get the skill when you harvest. Okay, so you should in the early game just plant the cheap seeds. So your fruit and vegetable seeds, just go ahead and plant those. So I'm going to do that first. Because you have a higher chance of them being successful. I'm even going to plant the cursed ones. Why not? Can't hurt anything. Now these are fruit seeds. I'm going to plant these fruit seeds. So it takes a while, maybe a week or so, for these to grow. And as they grow, they may wither, like these 2 plants here. These 2 had already withered. So there's... The thing with gardening and farming skills in this game is it's buried very deep in the game code. So it's hard to know exactly a lot of things about it, right? And also with the misinformation coming from this guide here, the book. So some people say that these withered plants will spread like disease. So you should always nip them like immediately, right? Especially if they're surrounded with other plants, which they definitely should be. So you push 0 on numpad or whatever your pickup key is. So I'm going to pick that up. And, well, the verb is nip. I'm going to nip the dead plant. And may as well nip this one as well. So we're going to let these grow. You'll check on them every couple of days if you can. And so that you can nip them, right? Also, we have the option with fertilizers. The plant has to be flowering, right? So this newly planted one here, I can't put fertilizer on it. But this one, now it says it's growing, right? A vegetable bud. So I'm going to push T to fertilize it. And the plant grows. Yay. So now it's fully grown. So you can use it on any plant that is flowering yet not fully grown. So I'm going to harvest these with 0 on my numpad. And it's like pick up, the same key as pick up. So I'm going to pick that up. And I got a kabachi. And then what's this? A sweet potato. These are all random, right? Corn. Oh, and this one and the other automatically planted a new seed. So just, you know, a bit of luck with my gardening skill. The fact that it was raining when I initially planted it and that it's on dirt gives me a pretty good chance that that will grow it to, you know, for these fruit and vegetable seeds, it's a pretty good chance they will, it'll regrow. Of course, the higher level seeds will be a bit more difficult, but we may get lucky. So then I'm going to come here and cook those. So I'm going to use my portable cooking tool. By the way, I found another bed. If you see it up there, I just found a better one, so I bought it. I'll get rid of that portable sleeping bag. So now I got some food. And since I cooked them myself, and hopefully, well, I'm a pretty bad cook at the moment, but as my cooking skill increases, this will give me potential and skills. So, yeah, so that one, my will hardens. That means my will went up, or at least the potential did. And you should read them. Like this one says kitchen refuse corn. So refuse is like trash, right? So it's probably not good to eat. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, and I feel studious. So, yeah, I got some kind of bonus. So it's a good thing to cook your own meals, right? So here I can bash these a couple times, and now I have more fruit waiting there. Do I have anything rotten? I do not. So I'm going to continue planting some seeds. Let's see, I have a fruit seed. What else do I have here? Okay, so let's talk about tiers of seeds, right? So I mentioned that the fruit and vegetable seeds are pretty low level, right? So planting them has a lower chance to fail while harvesting, or a lower chance to wither as well. So after planting those and getting the skill up to where a lot of the plants are surviving, then you can move on to perhaps the gem seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and plant a gem seed. Let's plant it right here. So T to plant, and then a gem seed. Oh, I got 6 of them. So let's go ahead and plant 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, so now I have gem seeds. Gem seeds will grow ores, so like those raw ore of mica, or mica, however it's pronounced, and diamond, things like that, that sell for a lot in the shops and come up as quests sometimes. So those things are, cash cows, right? After you get pretty good with your gems, then we can start looking at unknown seeds. So now these unknown seeds can have lots of random things, everything from junk, like literal trash, to getting potions of cure corruption, which is like the most expensive item in the game, right? And so you can get lucky with those. And so it's good to plant them. Might as well have a farm full of them. And you can also get gems, right? You can get ores like the gem seed, or you can get food, right? So you do get a lot of good stuff too, but you can get nothing bad, right? Just some useless stuff though. Okay, so plant those unknown seeds. After that, we have more unknown seeds. Excuse me. Let's plant those. Unknown. So next, let's do the herb seeds. The herb seeds only have 1. It's kind of lame, and it's cursed, but we'll plant them anyway. The herb seeds will give you, can you guess? Herbs. So herbs are another edible, and they up your potential. So you just eat them raw, and depending on what herb they are, they're really good for keeping your potentials up. So you definitely want to get a herb garden. Okay, and also there's a herb called Stomaphilia, and when you eat the Stomaphilia, you can go from starving to bloated in one lightweight herb. So it only weighs, it's a herb, so 0.1 stones. So yeah, that's very useful. You don't want to carry around food all the time, so you can at least keep a couple of those on you. So when you don't have any decent food to eat, you can, eat that. And after that, we have artifact seeds. Sorry, we skipped one. Magical seeds are next. Let's plant those and talk about them. Magical seeds will give you rods and scrolls. Okay, only had a few of those, huh? So like rods and scrolls, magical items, right? Maybe spell books as well. So those are good to have to sell or use if you're a mage like myself. And finally, the last ones are artifact seeds. I have 3. I'm going to put a cursed one. I'm going to leave a space just in case they do spread wither. And this artifacts are just named weapons and items, right? Armor, not armor. What do you call it? Gear, I guess. So weapons and items, rings, this kind of thing that are named. It'll drop those. So these are excellent ones to have. You can get in-game gear from these, and they're not too hard to get. Like you just keep running those harvest time quests, and you're gonna have tons of them. Also, I found this statue of Kumaromi. He will occasionally give you seeds if you use the statue. Okay, so yeah, it says here you activated the statue. Next time I can do it 120 hours and need sleep. I think that's Kumarami. He doesn't want to talk to me. A voice echoes, and statue generated a seed. What did we get? Oh, we got a few seeds. Okay, so let's go ahead and plant those seeds as well. This is Jim Strange Seed. Yeah, Strange Seed is unknown seed. Let's plant another unknown. Let's do another fruit seed here and a vegetable seed. And let's just give these some time. So we will come back in a few days and see how they're growing. Well, I've come back. And it's been probably... I just walked to Vernus and back. So I'm back and nothing's grown yet. Everything is kind of halfway, getting close to halfway. So I did see that artifact seed had at least gotten to stage 2 and growing. So I'm going to pick up one of these, what do you call them, organic fertilizer. Also, you can see that one of these cherries turned into an organic fertilizer, and under it you can see some rotten ones. So that's working, and you can stack them, right? So I'm going to bash these down, one of them down. So let's go ahead and use our organic fertilizer on this bad boy. And there we go, it grew. So I'm going to push 0 to harvest it. This is the artifact tree, if you remember, and see what we get. Bam! Ooh, harvest a wooden amulet and it's miracle quality. Fantastic. It didn't grow back, but that's a hard, that's a very high level seed, right? So I'm lucky to get anything, period, especially at my low level of what am I, 10 or something? Gardening is 21, I'm getting there. And I should be buffing this with potential, right? I'll get up to like 140, so it'll raise a lot faster. What were these seeds? A magic bud. Let's go ahead and fertilize this, and let's see what we get. I got a golden rod. You can get wish rods as well. You know, I think there's actually a decent chance, like a much higher chance than getting them in dungeons. Like then you'll grow them. Now, not a great chance. You're not going to have fields full of these guys, but it's definitely something you want to be doing. So, what was these are gem seeds. Might as well toss this last fertilizer onto there. Gem seed. Let's see what we get. It'll be some stone or one of those raw somethings. Raw ore of diamond, right? And those sell for quite a bit, so it's great. Okay, now we just need to keep waiting. Let's head on back out and give it a few more days. Alright, I ran over to Vernus because it was heavy rain, so I just waited that out in the shelter for a day or two. I'm going to, just to show the artifact seed, what kind of stuff you can get, I want to, what's the word, analyze, yeah. Hey, oh, actually in Vernus, they are over here, excuse me. Not you, not you either, must be you. Yep, identify all my stuff, and I think we need to investigate it, right? Well, let's double check. So it was a necklace, if I recall correctly. So I think go to neck, not that one. Yep. So unknown shell. That's a pretty common one, right? An artifact. So you can see it makes me pious, resistance to sound, luck, and catches signals from God. I'll throw that sucker on. So yeah, it's really nice to get these artifacts. And if you place a shop next to your farm, then the ones that you don't want or need, you can just dump them. Let's check out how our plants are doing. They're all growing. I'm going to dump another fertilizer on this fella because I'm afraid to let it grow naturally for a few more days because any tick, it could die. So I'm going to drop another fertilizer and harvest a golden amulet, which is miracle again. Fantastic. And the seed didn't grow back, but again, low level, so not uncommon. Alright, we have a few things growing here. So we got some fruits, right? What do we get? Apple, pear, gardening increase. Oh, by the way, I should keep my potential up, right? Oh, my potential dove. Okay, put up to 160. That'll help. Boom. Yep. Went up another. New plant grows. Fantastic. And I can use these. I can cook, right? I'm gonna cook some of these fruits, and this is basically farming. So you have all these. The key things to remember: you want to plant on the dirt and in the rain. As you get higher level, I saw in the wiki the number 40, the level 41 was noted, and when you get to level 41, it says that you don't need to worry about the rain anymore. Although it does give you a small chance, so you might as well always do it, because you're going to have lots of farms. So when it is raining, just spend all those farm days just going at it, store all your food and veggies if you can. If you can't store them, toss them into the compost so that we can get those turned into fertilizer. And try to use your fertilizer on your higher level seeds, right? So I think that's pretty much everything to do with gardening. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have a few more guides on the other deeds, like a shop and museum and ranch. So, stay tuned for those, please. So, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.